Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and also our new classroom. In today's video, dated on April 6th, 2025, on Sunday, how about we take a trip around the world and learn more about nature, since it was the very first thing we ever talked about. So, without further ado, here we go. Remember to listen up, like and subscribe to our channel, and give more feedback whenever you need it in the right hands.
Did you know that the Casa de Cervantes Museum in Valladolid, located at 41.64820091, minus 4.7271111104, is more than just a place to admire artifacts? It's a place to delve into the life and times of Miguel de Cervantes, the author of Don Quixote. This image shows its lovely courtyard. Most people don't know that this specific spot in Valladolid has strong connections to the golden age of Spanish literature. Hold on a sec, someone's got something to share. Yes, please? The museum's architecture, while not directly mirroring Cervantes' life, reflects the architectural styles prevalent during his lifetime, namely the Spanish Renaissance and Baroque periods, offering a glimpse into the aesthetic context of his era. Its design, the garden in particular, quietly evokes the peaceful and contemplative aspects of his later life. The building's integration into the historic fabric of Valladolid further emphasizes the city's relevance to Cervantes' life and works. Did you know that the museum is carefully curated to showcase not only Cervantes' literary achievements, but also the cultural climate he inhabited? Hold on a sec, someone's got something to share. Yes, please? The Casa de Cervantes Museum might highlight lesser-known works like his poetry or plays, showcasing his multifaceted literary output beyond Don Quixote. It could also delve into his less celebrated prose works, or explore the historical and cultural influences shaping his writing, providing a more comprehensive understanding of Cervantes' literary career. The image shows the museum's tranquil garden, a peaceful space that contrasts with the bustling city surrounding it. This contrast beautifully captures the juxtaposition between Cervantes' turbulent life and his enduring literary legacy. The stone pathway winding through the garden symbolizes the complex narrative of his life and his works, inviting visitors to explore the various layers of his creative genius. The architecture of the building itself is an important part of the museum's ability to transport visitors back to the time of Cervantes. Its careful restoration and integration within the city add to the richness of the experience offered. Hold on a sec, someone's got something to share. Yes, please? The Casa de Cervantes might hold undiscovered personal letters, drafts of unpublished works, or details about the building's history that reveal new facets of Cervantes' life and the cultural milieu of his time. Further research in the museum's archives might unearth fascinating connections between his life, his writings, and the building itself, perhaps revealing anecdotes, previously unknown visitors, or details about the building's role in his life. The image displays the external architecture and surrounding garden of the Casa de Cervantes, offering a serene contrast to the potentially hidden stories within its walls. The building's classical facade hints at the grandeur of its history, while the garden speaks to the potential for quiet contemplation and hidden narratives that await discovery within the museum's collection. Did you know that the Jardin du Chapitre in Uzès, located in the Gard department of southern France, boasts a unique history intertwined with the city's rich past? This garden, with its formal layout and meticulously placed plants, reflects the historical French garden design tradition. Most people don't know that the name Chapitre refers to the cathedral chapter, a body of clergy who once managed the cathedral and its surrounding grounds. This illustrates the historical significance of the garden, showcasing the connection between religious power and urban planning. Yes, you'd like to add something? The Jardin du Chapitre's design reflects centuries of evolving tastes. Medieval influences are visible in the garden's original layout near the cathedral. Later periods saw modifications and additions, reflecting Renaissance and French formal garden styles. The current design likely incorporates changes from various eras, creating a layered historical narrative within its structure. Hold on a sec, someone's got something to share. Yes, please? Specific plant species are not clearly identifiable in the provided image. However, the garden's design features demonstrate formal horticultural elements such as geometrically shaped hedges, symmetrical layouts, and potted plants arranged with care. The use of low-growing shrubs and the overall structure suggest a design emphasizing order and balance, typical of historical French gardens. The image shows a relatively small, enclosed garden. The central fountain or basin is a focal point, and the archway provides a pleasing perspective. The overall impression is one of tranquility and careful planning. The stonework of the surrounding buildings and walls complements the landscaping. The pale color of the buildings creates a pleasing contrast with the greenery, particularly noticeable under the somewhat overcast sky. Hold on a sec, someone's got something to share. Yes, please? I cannot answer that question. The image shows a garden, but the specific plants are not clearly visible. The image focuses on the architecture and layout, and the garden is secondary in the framing.